And this is where one word makes all the difference. The Father says, "Son, you are always with me, and everything I have is yours." Here's the thing. This son, everything his father had was his. He's received the inheritance. He lives in his home. He's provided for. Every need he has is provided for. And yet, he's saying, I've never been given anything. And so we've got one son, the younger son, who goes away, who blows everything, who comes back empty-handed, in poverty, welcomed in love. And yet we've got the other son who stayed home and yet whose heart is in the far off place. His heart is as if he doesn't have anything, and so when he sees the celebration, he can't reconcile it because he's living like someone who doesn't have a home, striving and wanting and pleading and yearning and, like wanting that attention. And it's a struggle that could be common to many of us, that in our day-to-day, we're not living like we have a home. We're not living like we have a home with our Father. I'm talking our Heavenly Father. And so what works out, or what may work out, in our relationships, in church life, in friendships, in our work, in our home, in our families, there could be any number of things. You'll know what it is for you. But when we don't live like we have a home, when things go wrong or when someone else gets celebrated, something goes on the inside of us. And I've often used the example of it's like shaking a Coke can, but it's the inside of us shaking up. And you know something's not right. And a telltale sign might be if we can't jump on board with sharing someone else's joy, celebrating them, then something might be wrong. We might be living like we don't have a home. We got to come home. Remember my dream? All you need to be is a son. All you need to be is a daughter. Something happened in the heart of this son where he stopped being a son, where he started slaving for everything he needed. He started striving. He didn't live like everything that his father owns was his. There is a chance that the longer that we are a Christian, that we can get used to all the things he's given and all the things he's done for us. We can grow familiar with them. We can also grow familiar with his people. And we might or could find ourselves in our Father's house, serving in a church, walking as a Christian, being around other people, and yet our heart can be far away, living like an orphan, living like we have nothing, living like we've got to fight for everything. And so I think there's a real key here, not just celebrating and enjoying when people come home to the Lord, not just celebrating and enjoying when people are blessed, because this story is all about the Father's love, when people might be blessed more than you. We need to get excited. We need to see that if our heart does step over into something like covetousness or envy or jealousy or gossip, we've got to nip it straight away and go, you know what, I'm not having that. Lord, prune it out of my heart. But if we're struggling in ourselves and we find ourselves in a place striving, yearning, pushing, forcing, wanting attention, will we come home? All you need to be is a son. All you need to be is a daughter.